Hello everyone. How has your day been? Let's set aside everyday things because I believe that in today's video, some of the mysteries of the past will be answered, helping you feel. Surely, each of us has questioned, who are we? What is the true nature of this world? And where does the origin of the universe we are living in come from? Have you ever wondered if we might just exist in a virtual reality? Not too long ago, many people heard about the concept of a holographic universe, an idea popularized for the American spiritual community in 1991 through a book of the same name by author Michael Thabit, who specializes in quantum mechanics and strange spiritual phenomena. According to Mr. Thabit, science and spirituality are essentially no different. Spirituality is just a manifestation of science that we haven't yet deciphered. Mr. Thabit always emphasizes that the world we live in doesn't operate in the way we usually imagine. So why is that? When the holographic universe theory was first announced, it sparked countless debates, not only in social circles, but also among the scientific community. You may think his arguments sound absurd because they are difficult to verify with traditional scientific tools and are rarely perceived through our inherent five senses. However, should we only believe what our eyes see and our ears hear, while ignoring things beyond our senses? We could think differently. How can one assert the world is just an illusion when my eyes witness vivid, colorful images and my ears hear the sound of birds chirping, ocean waves, or traffic? To me, this world is very real. Still, not everyone realizes that how we perceive our surroundings is highly subjective and entirely dependent on the five senses. This is even more evident when comparing human perspectives with those of other animals. We know that dogs do not distinguish colors. Cats can see clearly at night. And there are many species like snakes, mice, birds, or flies that have a completely different worldview from ours. Moreover, some animals and insects have the ability to perceive ultraviolet UV and heat radiation that humans cannot. With the help of science and modern technical devices, we have confirmed that invisible things like UV rays, heat radiation, and radio waves are all real. Therefore, if you think my eyes cannot see UV rays, my ears cannot hear them, or my hands cannot touch them, so UV rays do not exist, then that notion is quite shallow. In everyday life, have you ever wondered why we can catch a mosquito with our hands, but can never catch a fly? The main reason is that flies perceive time very differently from humans. For a fly, time seems to slow down, allowing them to track and evade the quick movements of our hands. If our perception of time is also as subjective as that, can we fully rely on the senses to evaluate the surrounding reality? Another illustrative example is the phenomenon of the dress causing a storm of emotions on social networks, where everyone sees its color differently. Does this prove human senses are reliable? Perhaps we should accept that life is just a dream, because to this day, science has not been able to explain why humans and animals dream or the true nature. Even so, it is certain that when we are dreaming, we cannot distinguish which is the dream and which is reality. We tend to believe that the events happening in dreams are real until we wake up, except in cases where we realize we are dreaming while consciously awake. Thus, how can we be sure that our daily life is not just another dream, albeit longer and more convincing? We must acknowledge that human senses are inherently imperfect and sometimes distort reality. In fact, the world around us is just a continuous series of phenomena, and the speed of these images can skew our perception. The greatest achievement of mankind is the ability to recognize and liberate ourselves from those distorted perceptions. According to Buddha, the ego is just an illusion created by the continuous succession of images. Did you know that radio waves, light waves, and the Wi-Fi signals we use every day are essentially all electromagnetic waves, and that the core of these electromagnetic waves is the fundamental energy that creates the universe? If radio waves and Wi-Fi can convey information and data, then it can be said that our living space contains information fields and data far beyond the sensory capacity. If this view is correct, then the film The Matrix, released in 1999, might be classified as a documentary rather than a science fiction movie. If you haven't seen it, take some time to experience it. Modern hologram technology is also a surprising example. Also known as holography, a hologram can be considered a method of projecting 3D images, fundamentally different from 2D images. Let's watch the next video to better understand this difference. Imagine you take a photo of the beautiful Scarlet Witch with a regular camera, and then develop it from a film roll. Then, you use scissors to cut the film roll in half and develop an image from the cutoff section, resulting in a 2D image, but still missing the lower half due to the cut. Conversely, with a 3D image, imagine you use a hologram camera to take a picture of a girl and then project that image with a 3D projector. The projector will output a hologram film roll completely different from ordinary 2D film. If you cut the hologram film roll in half and then project it again, instead of losing half of the image, you will just see the image gradually. The more it is cut, the more blurred it becomes, but the face of the girl remains fully intact. This is the main difference between 2D technology and hologram. The holography principle, where all the information of the whole is present in every small part. This similarity is demonstrated in how the human body functions according to Mr. Thabot. Previously, many believed each part of the brain stored a separate code. But through research, Mr. Thabot concluded that this is not entirely accurate. In patients who had a part of their brain removed due to certain ailments, they still remember the key events of their life, even though their memory of small details gradually becomes vague. This shows that the human brain operates in a way similar to the holography principle. Each part contains a part. If so, then the idea that we are living in a holographic universe becomes easier to understand. Previously, many wondered about the possibility that the world is just a simulation. Do the information shared in the video make you relate to the virtual reality you once doubted? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you, and see you in the next video.